Hi, everybody. Just going to give it a couple of minutes and just get on the Instagram. Checking connection. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Natalie Wasserberg, and this is week 8. I cannot believe it's been 8 weeks discussing adapting to the new normal. And I just want to clarify, I don't mean new normal the way it's implied these days. I don't mean the virus. I don't mean the what's going on in the world. What I mean here is any challenging situation in the world, anything that any challenging time in your life. So these tools that I'm discussing with you for the last 8 weeks really help you get through anything in your life. I'm not talking about virus. I'm talking about things that you constantly experience in life, our lifetime challenges. Okay. So we discussed acceptance. We discussed pendulums, all kinds of stuff. And last week we discussed inspired action, right? Today I want to talk about feeling unmotivated. So a lot of students come to me these days and they can't bring themselves to do anything, to finish any project. And I think it's a big problem nowadays with a lot of students, and not just at the universities, but also children at home, and a lot of parents too. So today I want to talk about why do we find ourselves unmotivated and what to do about it. Okay. So first things first, I always love to talk about energy. I always say that we are energy. Everything is energy. So if you look around yourself, what's going on energetically in our lives, in the world? There is information overload. The news is 24/7, shows on TVs and Netflix, Hulu, whatever it is. All of the series are available. It's a new term, binge watching. We didn't have that just maybe even 10 years ago. It didn't exist. Then social media. It's endless information. Scrolling down, scrolling. There's no end inside. We are on autopilot. We are in this constantly in passive state of receiving information, being bombarded with information. By being in that state, we're kind of like stagnate. It's almost like we are sitting in a swamp. We are in that swamp of information. We can't even get out, let alone find yourself motivated and do something. And you'll notice people that are successful in this life, they don't waste time on all that information. They're just not just sitting there and scrolling down and dislike, whatever it is. They're not just constantly watching. So this is the antidote to being passive and being a receiver of information. We need to get from passive into active. And how do we do that? Stop being the consumer of information. If you need to catch up on news, I said that many times already in my videos, turn off the TV and actively search information, let's say online. You can find information online, anything you want, but you already, by turning off TV, you're already moving from that passive receiver into active doer by going out there and searching for information. And that's how you start switching your energy field. I talk about frequencies, right? We spoke about that energetic metaphysical field where we source our information from. So we want to connect to that energy field that is active. And what you do, stop being a consumer, a passive consumer, and become an active doer. So start looking for information yourself. If you're on social media, and let's say you want to use it for your personal purposes, right? Let's say you want to use it for business purposes. So instead of just mindlessly scrolling down, like, not like, scroll, 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 become, get into that active energy and generate information yourself. Become a generator of information. Start posting yourself. Start doing things. So that's how you also get out from that passive into active. Another way you do it, just do something. Just get up and start doing something. Again, you are shifting from that frequency of passive receiver of information into active, into a doer. And you notice when you start doing something, the more you do something, the more active you get, and you just keep going and going and going, just like going to the gym. You never really want to, like, your mind is like, I don't want to, I'd rather lie down on my couch and binge watch on Netflix. But as soon as you get to the gym and you get on the first machine or something, you are so pumped, you're so excited, your hormones are going, those hormones that are responsible for feeling happy and excited, adrenaline is up, and you are so happy. And you just, like, 2 hours pass by, if you have that time, you're still there and you're so happy that you did it. And then afterwards you almost feel like, oh, let me grab a drink with my friend, let me do something else, because you moved into that energy of doing, doing, doing. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, that it's all about energy and the frequency you find yourself in. So we want to move from that passive into active. So if you, let's say, have to work on some big project for school, start small. Start small, like going to the gym, doing this, getting out in nature. I talk about being grounded a lot. So go out in the park. Let's say you are in the city, just going to the park and walking around. Energy, nature gives us energy. And it also, if you are lucky enough and you can take your shoes off and feel safe doing so, you also will be able to release all your electromagnetic frequencies that are accumulated from all of the electricity around us. Release and get recharged through earth. So I recommend that, especially for those who do have access to piece of land, or the beach is perfect. The best place is the beach. Going and releasing that and getting recharged. So from passive into active, and you have responsibility. You have complete power over this. This is really all up to you to do that. Okay. So then I love to talk about also thinking. I forgot to tell. A lot of people spend a lot of time just thinking about things. Too much thinking. It's that problem of intelligent people. Just so much time wasted in thinking over. So just stop thinking, start doing. When you find yourself lost in thoughts and like not sure, just get up and start doing, okay? All right, then I like to talk about this from body perspective. Food. I already talked last week how food really affects your energy level. What type of food are you eating? Are you eating live food, wholesome food that gives you energy, fuels you right now in the moment, or you're eating highly processed foods that are actually taking your energy from you? So we spoke about that. Look around, see what you're eating, and the surest way to know if it's a highly processed food, how many ingredients in that food do you see? Like, and is there something that you don't even know how to pronounce? That's highly processed food, okay? Whole live food is usually 1, 2, 3 ingredients, okay? So look at your diet. That also affects your energy level. Are you sleeping enough? Or are you again watching till 2 a.m. in the morning and then getting up and early in the morning and surviving on coffee? When we drink coffee, do you know that we borrow energy? We're actually taking that energy in advance. And what happens if you go to the bank and you borrow money? You have to. There's going to be a percent growing on it, right? There's going to be a fee on that. Same thing with your energy when you drink coffee. You'll have to compensate sooner or later. It's going to be in the bank and it's going to be growing. The more you drink, the less you sleep. That's how it works. Okay, and then also for your soul, right? I already mentioned it a little bit last week that sometimes we're not motivated just because our soul is not cooperating. It could be that you are not on the right path. And this your soul knows exactly where she wants to be, she or he. She knows where she wants to be and whether she's excited or not. And if you are attuned to yourself, she'll tell you, I'm just, this is not the right path for us. And I spoke how for me it was extremely difficult in the corporate world because it wasn't my true path. And even though I was relatively successful, surprisingly, because I put in so much energy and I was so like always tired, right? So when you're on the right path, motivation is a given. And I said that when your mind and your soul are aligned, that's the secret spot. This is the spot you want to be when you want to manifest whatever it is you want to manifest in your life. All right. So what do? Visualizations, affirmations. We talked about that, so I'm not going to get into it. You already know affirmations, visualizations really help. You need to set a goal. Your soul needs a goal. Again, motivation at the end of that spectrum is a goal that you have in mind and your soul is excited about, and your mind, your body is aligned. You're never going to have a problem with motivation unless you're just eating crappy food all the time and not sleeping. But as long as you're aligned and you have a goal, you're just going to be going to that goal. So reconsider, see what it is, what's holding you back. So I give you 3 scenarios why you might find yourself unmotivated. And then one thing I want to finish today, I'm not going to have a meditation, but I wanted to talk about a really powerful practice that helps you boost your energy, find your life purpose, get out of that stagnation, and get it going for you, for your body, for your soul altogether. It's the most powerful practice that I'm aware of, and a lot of people. It's called Kundalini Yoga. I know this is something that totally new. I never mentioned it before in our 8 weeks. And I think I'm going to have a whole session on that because it's that powerful and that important. But do your research. What it means, I'll just give you like a short description what that means. Kundalini yoga is almost like a mother of all yogas. And the principle is that we have this coiled energies dormant at the spine, at our spine. And what we want to do, we want to activate that energy so that it starts moving from your spine. Let me just actually move away a little bit so you can see. And it starts moving up through all of your 6 chakras and going out of your crown chakra, which is right here. So it's almost like it's coiled, and then it's almost like a snake. It starts rising up, and then it's all the way up and it's streaming through your crown. What it does, it activates your whole body, it energizes your whole body, it activates your soul, which is in this chakra here, and it connects you to that universal source of energy, which I also talked about a lot. So I'm not going to get into specifics. There's so much more about Kundalini yoga, but do research if you're really curious about it. And I would recommend just find some videos on YouTube. Maybe there's a class at your local studio. Just do some research and try to attend. See how you feel. Whenever I start feeling a little stagnant, and I know it's not my soul because I know I'm on the right path right now. I know that I'm moving in the right direction. I know I'm eating right. Just a simple practice of Kundalini yoga puts me right back into that energized state, that state of clarity, and vision for myself. So today, before we finish, I actually wanted to, so we're already at 15 minutes. I just wanted to do a couple of exercises, Kundalini pranas movements, right? Postures. So I want to show you a couple so that you can start activating your Kundalini energy right away. Okay, so why don't you sit down, sit on the floor, and sit cross-legged just like me. All right. And so, like I said, your Kundalini starts right here at the end of your spine. And this is like a basic one, the first one you want to do. You can do it in the morning. Just start moving your body this way, one side. And you help you put your hands on your knees and help, uh, like use your hands to actually help you move. Like when you move to the right, you push left hand down. You don't want your buttocks to get up, you want them to be firmly seated on the floor. And just go like this for 30 seconds or 1 minute one way. And then once you're done going to the right, go to the left. And that's what it does. It activates that um, first point where this energy is generating, right? So you want to start activating it like all the way down. And then move to the left. Do it as long as you want to, but I would say like not more than 2 minutes for the whole exercise. So you'll do that one. Once you're done with that one, there's another one. So you still sit cross-legged and you hold your shins with your hands. And then you just start pushing your heart out like this and back, out and back. So what it does, it activates it from this area of your body, right? So you felt like this area has been activated, now has to move up more. So you do this and this. On top of that, what it does, it opens up your heart chakra, and the heart of your soul, that energetic heart. So do that for about, I would say, 1 to 2 minutes. And then once it's activated in this part of your body, you want to activate it a little bit more in this part of your body. Okay. So you just move your hands right on your knees like this, and you just keep pumping like this. So now it's no longer your heart, it's like more of your chest, upper part of your chest. Okay. So do it on your own time. Once we're done, I would suggest doing it for like about 2 minutes each. And just notice the difference you'll feel after you've done this. I think next week I might actually talk more about Kundalini. I still have about 2 to 4 sessions to go before I finish this series. But let me know. Actually, post some comments if you are interested in Kundalini, if you would like me to incorporate more different poses, uh, to learn about it more, and maybe do a little bit more of a body exercise instead of me just talking to you about the concept. Okay. Well, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for being here today with me, and I'll see you next Monday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Bye bye. And this will